Talk about your small town problems. The town of Verona Island, where the Penobscot River empties into Penobscot Bay, sent out a social media post this morning advising whoever's missing 2 of their goats can find them on East Side Drive. You can see those goats enjoying the freshly budded leaves along the roadway. But we suspect they were looking for something else to munch on, because about an hour later, the town sent out a reminder that the trash pickup that was supposed to happen today will actually be tomorrow. Apparently, the goat's not on Facebook to get the message. Love messages like that. But that's how we connect, right?
Exactly.
That's why we need those groups and those pages to tell us what's going on.
Yeah, I'm a part of a few of them, and I like how varied that
Oh,
can,
you get all,
it can
you get
really,
everything going on
yeah,
in those message groups.
A lot going on.
Sometimes you just scroll through it, and other times you...
Quickly, my favorite Facebook group I'm a part of, it's New Hampshire and Maine striped bass fishing group.
Oh.
And the reason I love it is that people are so paranoid that you might find the spot that they caught fish.
Oh, their hidden spot?
There'll be a picture of them with the fish, and then it'll be like blacked out. The entire background will be blacked out.
Redacted.
It's such a fisherman thing to be like, I probably couldn't find that if you showed me the whole picture.
Couldn't tell you where.
Unless you got a lighthouse in the background. I have no idea. Right? We ended up with a decent day today. I think you guys were mentioning to Ryan earlier, we really did pull out a nice-ish day along the coastline, but there were showers, still are, into the mountains and across northern Maine, a couple of showers back here into Vermont as well. So the shower chances were around. It was just a matter of your location, and the coast did really well, not only as far as avoiding the showers mostly, but also having a lot of sunshine, especially in the afternoon. Down east, mid-coast, southern coastal Maine still basking in some late-day sun. Sunset is obviously very late this time of the year, around 8:15 or so. So tonight will be partly cloudy. There will be a chance for a shower. There won't be that many of them around, though. Most of us end up dry with maybe a little bit of fog into the mid-coast and down east Maine tomorrow morning. Burn those clouds off by mid to late morning. It's really quite nice. Temperatures quickly in the 60s, 70s, and perhaps into the upper 70s away from the coast by tomorrow midday. That, though, adds some instability to the atmosphere. The sun does. So we end up with some pop-up showers. The coverage is not tremendous. Better chance of seeing a shower along the coast tomorrow as opposed to inland. So kind of the inverse of today. But many of us are able to dodge those, and temperatures are just in the 70s with a mixture of sun and clouds, and it's quite nice. Unfortunately, there's no dodging this storm, though, on Saturday. That comes in on Saturday morning from southwest to northeast. Periods of heavy rain, onshore flow, keeping temperatures into the 50s as well. Because that low is going straight up as opposed to across into the Gulf of Maine, we will probably see some late day clearing, at least drying out, but maybe some actual sunshine clearing over southern Maine, let's say 4 o'clock and beyond. So late afternoon, almost into early evening, there's some hope. Some showers around again on Sunday morning, but then Sunday afternoon looks better. So basically the afternoons are better, especially over southern and central Maine. Total rainfall amounts around an inch, and again, most of that happens just on Saturday morning. Overall, next week, I like the pattern, and going beyond that, I think the first 2 weeks of June from 10,000 feet up looks a lot better than the pattern that we've been in. So that's a good place to be. Doesn't mean we won't see any rain. It just means that the pattern is conducive to warmer temperatures and less rainfall. And you can see that starting out next week. It's really nice. Actually, it could be warmer than all those. I kind of took like the low end of the model forecast, and I'd love to bump it up on you. But Wednesday especially could be actually kind of hot. If the wind stays away from the water, we could be in the mid 80s in quite a few spots.
Oh, okay.
That'd
So
be
get
nice.
used to that water breeze.
Yeah,
cooling things off.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, here's a reminder, we have another edition of Weather Weenies that'll be dropping at 6:30. Tonight, Ryan, Breton, and I talk about humidity and why you can't always go with what you feel. Humidity is 75%. That actually isn't a good indicator of how it feels. And the example that I use when I do this on air or when I talk to people is that if it's 25 degrees out and it's snowing, the relative humidity can be 100%.
Right.
But you're not going to be like, oh, I'm sticky. That conversation was sparked by a question sent in to us from Ricky from Auburn. If you have a question, email us at weatherweenies@newscentermaine.com. If you don't already have the News Center Maine Plus app, how many more times are we going to have to tell you? You can download it for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, or Apple TV.
That humidity in February. Whew, feeling that.
Well, you know the relative humidity fight. I've been waging it for
Yes.
years. I get it. It's hard to crack, but we talk in depth about why that's a kind of a useless stat.
Okay. We'll tune in. Keith, thank you.